Hey!
Hello. Welcome to Between Two Beans, episode number two. Episode number
Yeah!
two. Pretty cool
Pretty
stuff.
pumped.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. We have a really good show lined up today. We're going to talk about all things voice technology, all the utterances, intents, and actions. Um, I don't know. We got a lot to discuss today. You want to jump right into it?
Let's do it. This theme is automobiles. So we got spilling the beans right off the bat. So this is a another blog post that Kevin found. And hey, Curious Orbit, welcome. This is on an enhanced car control.
Mhm.
It didn't go into whole did you read it as well?
I did. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it didn't go into whole detail about like what vehicles this could control. It was more of
Mhm.
a hypothetical, and also like what we should be able to do with automobiles in the future with skills and different things. And a couple of things that they put out there is to that everyone could be unique to training their
Mhm.
own data by saying like, hey, I'm cold, so it'll turn on the heat, or saying put it bring it to max heat or something like that, and that then it will automatically know that it's to put it all the way to the top. I don't know who wants max heat, but anyways, uh uh
Yeah, I agree with you here. I read this article. It's a short article, or a short
mhm.
blog post, but the author Anjinka Gore, I think, did a really good job at explaining the potential of what this could do. So, like you
Mhm.
said, one of the big examples that they put in here was training it to your specific utterances, and the fact of if you're driving and you're going down a hill and the windows start to get a little foggy or whatever, you can say, it's getting foggy. And then it would turn on the defrosters to try and compensate for that, to remove that fog. Or something as simple as, I mean, a lot of cars are automatic lights anymore, but, it's getting dark, flip the lights on, something
Yeah.
like that.
Mhm. Or I
Um,
liked one of them change to my ambient lighting, or change my seat or to my
mhm.
settings or something like that.
Exactly.
It, and that
Exactly.
brings up a thing that my wife just hates, and
Oh, I know where this is going.
it said it in here as well,
Mhm.
is that a or I think I have all my devices. Alexa says um, or you say something to Alexa, and then Alexa will say, "Hey, is this Janaea?" Which is my wife's name, and my wife is like, "No, no, this is not. Just stop." You know, she'll stop asking me or stuff like that. But
Mhm.
it is just trying to know so we can do these things like, hey, this is Will's voice, and I want my settings to match my voice or whatever, stuff like that.
Exactly. Um, to take it even, like you said, to take that one step even further is, so my wife and I'll sometimes switch cars. Like, so there's not Kevin's car, there's not Sarah's car, it's the Honda or whatever. And so if she's taking the kiddos to school, she's driving, and she's shorter than I am. So every time she gets out of the car and I get back in, my knees are in my chest because the steering wheel is right there. So it would be fantastic. And this is what that article explains, that there's this potential here that we can say, Alexa, Kevin's getting in the car, and it knows my seat settings. It knows my radio stations that it can pop in there, or, again, take it even a step further, and my playlists or something like that. Podcasts that I listen to, maybe between two beans or something like that, I could listen to on the road. So yeah, the potential here is just fantastic. And if you get a chance to chat, if you get a chance to look at this, there's a great graphic about 3/4 of the way down the page where it says that Alexa identifies a learning opportunity, Alexa learns the user preference, and then Alexa reuses that concept on subsequent commands. So lower the temperature by 5 degrees, and I'm hot, do the same thing, which is pretty cool to actually see how that's starting to bring these concepts under one umbrella, so to speak.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
It'll be exciting to see where this goes.
Mm-hmm.
Not just in the auto world, but I think there's a lot of potential for elsewhere as well. But this is a fantastic article. If you have a couple minutes, definitely worth your time to read.
I don't know if you've seen this, Kevin, but this, I saw the one of the developers for Lamborghini speak, and Lamborghini actually has Alexa built in. So you can
Really?
Do all these things that we're talking about right now. You can do that in a brand new Lamborghini. You just need, spend, 200, 300,000, and you can do all this stuff right now in a Lamborghini.
That's fine.
Yeah. So subscribers, please subscribe and send us a bunch of money. We need those Lamborghinis. Okay. But
that's right. Just for testing purposes.
I posted this article in the chat that goes into those details that what the new Lamborghini can do, and yeah, it's pretty amazing. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
So but so, yeah, there's also a pretty cool video, but I'm not going to play it because things. So yeah.
So, in your opinion, Will, what is the time frame to really get this solid? Do you see this within 6 months, a year and a half, 3 years, to really nail this down so that every time we get the experience that we want? Any thoughts on that?
Oof.
I think the foundation is definitely there, and I think it's being built upon.
I think
just, you have so many manufacturers too.
Yeah. And that's where it's going to come into play, is the manufacturers and Amazon have to be working together to be making these experiences work. And I know, like Infinity, I also got to watch the Infinity chat, which was pretty amazing. And they have their own voice interaction, but also sidelined, I believe they have both Google and Alexa. Don't quote me on this. Don't at me. I'm pretty sure this is how it is. Like 2 years ago, I read this. And so you should be able to interact with your Infinity, say, hey, Infinity, turn up the temperature 5 degrees. And then say, Alexa, play my music. And it would, I did not mute that one over there.
I heard that.
Alexa, stop. but anyways, they would both work together, and that's right now. That is working right
Mhm.
now.
Mhm.
If you buy a brand new Infinity,
Okay. So
yeah, okay. I
that
didn't
makes
double check
sense.
if I was muted
No, all good.
or if it
So
was
that
stopping.
makes sense. And with what we have in our homes right now, as far as turning on lights and switches, garage opener, all these things, it's not that far of a stretch of imagination to think that this can easily translate into the automobile space. So
Yes. Yep.
I think you're absolutely right. It's there. I'm excited to see where it goes. I don't drive
And
nearly as
I
much as I
know,
used to, but I'm still excited for it.
yes, exactly. I can't wait till, well, cannot wait till we can drive a little bit more. I like being at home, but once in a
Yeah.
while I would
Yeah.
like to take a trip. But
Well, that's right. We talked about your last week in
yeah,
episode 1. We talked about your road trips. You know,
yeah. Uh, but what was I gonna say? It was something that you just stated. Oh,
the home.
yeah. So uh, Alexa Auto, their place at Amazon is already this last year in 2021 was ramping up to creating these experiences that we're talking about right now
Mm.
for and I'm guessing, this is just a guess, I'm guessing that they are also working with these OEMs to making this experience what more broad than just an Infinity or a Lambo. So
Yeah, yeah. There has to be something behind the scenes. That's one of my big fears, though, is that it's only going to be select brands.
right.
Um, that's, I mean, that's the way the world works. You know, you've got your Apple world and your Google crowd,
Mhm.
stuff like that. Your ecosystems, but I would really like to see a platform neutral approach to this, so that
Yeah.
anyone could tap into it. You know,
Hmm. Hmm.
that there's a low barrier to entry. You don't have to get the Lambo in order to get these kinds of features. So
Right.
yeah, but yeah, I think it's interesting, and I think it'll be interesting to see where it goes in the future. And I think we're right there. So
Right.
we'll keep an eye on this space. I'm excited.
Me too.
Yeah, and we'll see.
Besides I think I said this, Marvel, Star Wars, and Cars.
Mhm. There you go.
Alexa
There you go.
also, but I mean, we're already talking about Alexa. um, so I think that's it for me on the spilling the beans portion.
Mhm.
You got anything else?
Yeah. No, just that I know you're passionate about this topic. So I mean, I think feel free to reach out to you on Twitter. I think you'd be more than happy to have a conversation with
For
different things
sure.
on that.
And
So
I
yeah.
put my Twitter uh tag name,
It,
whatever username, right
handle?
next to
The Twitter handle?
um,
What,
Twitter handle. There you go.
your Twitter feeder.
But for
Thing.
those who aren't watching us, it is WRONGHOLT, Wrong Holt or Wrong Holt, depending on what type of wrong you want to say. Um,
There you go.
I guess there's only one type of wrong, but my name is Wrong Holt without a W. My first name is Will. So, all right.
Perfect.
Wow.
Perfect. Yeah. So we'll keep an eye on this space, and I think that was a pretty good spilling the beans. It'll be neat to see where it goes. But you want to jump into our
Um,
Bean-boozeled section?
Thank you. I couldn't remember what it was. Bean
Uh,
boozled, everyone.
yeah.
Bean
So
boozled.
love it. We're gonna have some fun here. So we're gonna fire up the 20 questions skill. We'll give this a shot, and we're gonna see if we can't stump Alexa.
They use audio
Do you
this
have?
time.
There we go. Do you have something in mind that we can try and stump it with?
Um,
If not, we can ask chat, or I have a few
Chat.
ideas.
Let's ask chat first. If they don't come up with anything, we'll go with yours before we get it started.
Sure.
So chat, we're going to do a 20 questions. So Alexa will ask us 20 questions that and try to guess what we're thinking of.
Yeah.
And anything else on that?
Nope, that's pretty much the skill. I think it can be like a person, or not a person, but like an animal, a thing. I'm not sure what all the categories were. I know there's a tutorial when you first load up the skill, and it walks you through. I think it was an animal that it runs you through, just to kind of get a feel for how these questions are asked and what it asks. But we'll jump into it.
Lambo.
Yeah.
All right. Let's do it. Let's get a picture of a Lambo on the screen, huh? We're gonna do my favorite ever since I've been playing that one game.
Did you get into Forza? Is that what you're talking
Forza,
about?
thank you.
Forza? Okay. Is it Forza 5 at this point? Yeah.
It is Forza 5. I don't remember. It's Forza.
It's one of those Forzas. Yeah.
And
Cool.
I'll show you on the screen. It is the Urus. So this is the
Nice.
Lambo we're going to be trying to make them guess. Oops. Sorry. Play 20 questions.
Welcome, Will. Let's play 20 questions. Is it music related, an animal, a vegetable, or something else?
Something else.
Okay. Is it a mineral, a concept, or unknown?
Unknown.
Unknown.
Can it be used for recreation?
Yes.
Yeah.
Does it open?
Yes.
Is it white?
It can be.
Does it have writing on it?
Yes.
I'll get it eventually. Do you open and close it?
Yes.
Is it worth a lot of money?
Yes. Break it.
I don't know. Can you say repeat?
Repeat.
Does it usually have 4 corners?
No.
Is it a mammal?
No.
Can you find it in a church?
No.
Does it have a hard outer shell?
Yeah.
Is it motorized?
Yes.
Ooh.
Is it pleasurable?
Kind of. I don't know.
I would enjoy
Sure.
it.
I guess that it is a jet.
No.
Does it belong to a family?
No.
Is it a metal?
Yes.
Does it display information?
Yes.
Can it be painted?
Alexa
Yes.
info? Yep.
Does it use numbers?
Oh.
I guess that it is a theater.
No.
Does it provide protection?
Yeah.
Does it get wet?
It can.
Can.
Does it require specific knowledge to use it?
Yeah.
I guess that it is a helicopter.
Close enough. Close enough.
Pretty close.
I guess that it is a car.
Yes.
Yep.
Sorry, Will. I won. Would you like to play?
No, you didn't. That was more than 20 questions.
Let's do one more, and we'll do a baseball because I missed baseball season.
Try saying new
And-
game
Okay,
we'll try
or exit.
baseball.
New game.
All right, so
New game.
baseball.
Okay, starting a new game. Is it music related, an animal, a vegetable, or something else?
Something else.
Okay, is it a mineral, a concept, or unknown?
Unknown. Unknown.
Can you find it in a house?
Yeah.
Does it come in a box?
No.
Is it manufactured?
Yes.
Could it be found in a classroom?
Gym class.
Sure.
Is it colorful?
No.
Can you find it in a church?
No.
Was it used over 100 years ago?
Yes.
Can it be washed?
No.
Does it usually have 4 corners?
No.
Can you make music with it?
No.
Can you smell it?
Some people would.
I mean, you can smell anything, I guess.
Sure.
Does
it come in a pack?
Not really, right?
Sometimes. I buy them by
Sometimes.
buckets. I don't know. Yeah.
Is it brown?
No.
No.
Would you find it in an office?
Sometimes.
Yeah, I know. It's tricky.
No.
You're making this too easy. Does it bring joy to people?
Yeah.
Some.
Sorry, I couldn't understand that. Try saying,
Yes.
is it small?
Yes.
Does it come from a plant?
No.
Can you add it to a salad?
No.
Is it white?
Yes.
I guess that it is a tortilla.
Okay. Okay.
No.
I-
Does it go in your mouth?
No.
Would you use it daily?
Yes.
Do you look at it?
Yes.
I guess that it is body lotion.
No.
I guess that it is glue.
No.
Congrats, Will. You won. Would you like to play a new game?
No, quit.
Please rate the skill if you had fun. Thanks for playing. Goodbye.
All right.
Yeah,
So that
not
was
bad.
pretty good round, or finally being able to do it. So
It's nice because it's kind of quick. You know, like the
Mhm.
questions doesn't take that long to get to. I'm wondering if you pick one of those main categories, like animal, vegetable, whatever the other things were, if it would be more accurate. You know, because we got into the
Yeah.
unknown territory,
Mhm.
and then we're
Right.
just. And how do you answer some of those questions? Like, yeah, I can smell a baseball.
Mhm.
You know, I can. Can I eat it? And I wouldn't, but
I mean,
if I was hungry.
if you recall Zulu, you would smell everything as long as
That's
it's brand
right.
new.
That's right. Yeah, that first opening of the box. But yeah, not a bad skill. I think it's something I'm going to play around with a little bit, see what I can do.
Nice.
But,
Yeah,
well,
I enjoy the games.
Yep, the quick, easy, short burst ones are always fun.
Mm-hmm.
But we had our fun, and now we need to get into the meat of the episode. And let's switch gears into our bean taste test, or excuse me, our Beaningful Conversation.
Yes, Beaningful Conversation. I can't even say that 10 times fast. This is a new segment. Obviously, this is only the second episode, but we're not going to add more and more segments. But we wanted to make a segment that where we could unleash our rants to the world. Just to get it out. It's better to talk about things instead of letting it in. Or else I'll be like ranting on Twitter, and people don't want that.
Yeah. I think it's good to have these conversations. So
It is.
let's jump into the topic.
Let her rip. Hey, Oxygen Box, welcome.
Hey, Oxygen Box.
We got a couple conversation points. The first one is the Amazon skill store.
Yes.
And yeah. That and like trying to compare it to the Apple store and Google store.
Right.
So
so let's ease into it, okay? I don't mean to cut you off, Will, but
no,
I'm excited to get moving forward. Like this is one of the things that I could go into a little bit of rant territory, and I just might. But the state of the Amazon skill store, good, bad, ugly. I mean, I think there are some positive things about it. I think that it presents itself really nicely. It's not just rows of icons that you get kind of lost in, but at the same time, you can. So a lot of what I'm going to get into kind of rides that middle ground a lot. And so the first thing is, I guess, you have two standards. One is the Google Play Store, and the other is the Apple App Store. These have been around going on what we're looking at over 10 years now. I think 2007-ish
2007 is Apple.
Yep.
I don't know when Google.
And Google's right around there too, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But you also had, before that, you even had BlackBerry and their App World and everything like that. Yep. And so it's not like Amazon came into this completely blind or setting the stage or
Mm-hmm.
making that foundation. They had the experience, or not the experience, that's the wrong word, but the advantage of seeing how these other app stores were put together, how they functioned, and kind of how they handle. And they could take those and make it better.
Right.
And I'm not sure that they did, but at the same time,
No,
I think
not
it's a
even close.
functional. But I do think it's functional. I want to play that middle ground again, and I do think it's functional. So, chat, if you have any thoughts, comments, please jump in. We'll address those. But I understand there are some differences too. So you can't one-to-one parallel the Alexa store. We're going to call it the Alexa store, the Amazon skill store, with what do we want to say? Traditional apps,
Right.
that kind of thing.
And
so you can't
and
one.
no, you can't. But also, desktop version is pretty good. I like how you can search for there on desktop version. Mobile version, the actual Amazon app,
Yes.
you can't find anything on there.
No,
You can't. You have to.
It's bad.
It's horrible. So yeah, there's something has to be changing for at least the mobile. I mean, because that's how most people add apps or add skills. I mean, we have the
Exactly.
Alexa, app on here. So you could do it that way. You could go to the Alexa app, and then you can go to skills, and then you can go to more skills. But I don't think I'm pretty sure I'm going to do it right now. But I'm pretty sure you can't search there. So we'll see in a second.
Yeah, double check that. I'm not sure.
Oh,
it's such a
you can search.
You
okay.
can? Okay. It's kind of a poor experience that I don't really use it. So
yeah, so
but
like
you're
I
right.
said,
You're right.
You have to open up the app. I'm not going to show you everything, but then can't really see it. Well, anyways,
that's okay.
In the more button, there's a skills and games. You have to go into there, and then you can do a search. So
yeah.
So
the more layers that you put in front of me or you, your skill, getting that to that end user, that's not good.
no.
That's a hindrance,
Mm-hmm.
So not only that, but you have, so the points are stacking up, in my opinion, against the Amazon skill store, in that you have a foundation or a history that you could have built upon to say, these are what don't really work that well, and this does. Let's kind of emulate the good things, kind of, but still make it our own, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But I don't think they've really differentiated either. So they have your listing, they have a little blurb that then you have to expand in order to read the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have your reviews section and things like that. But we'll get into the reviews in a second. We'll put the brakes on that one. But the icons that they use. So you have the little speech bubble icon. That's what I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to look at it now because I'm overthinking it.
No,
but
yeah, that's what it is.
Everybody has that. Everybody has that same little bubble design. You can customize exactly right there. It is. So you almost get, in a way, habitualized to it. So if I'm looking for a skill, what sets mine apart if my icon is a green speech bubble and yours is a blue? Do you know what I mean? If you're just scrolling through looking for something, I think there could be better ways of that app discover or that skill discoverability.
Yeah, for sure.
And unfortunately, I'm gonna have to, you know, divert to you a little bit. Are you familiar with the Google Actions that you can? Do they
Yeah.
have a store as well? Is that right?
Oops. I have no idea. I've been trying to find if there is one. Audience chat, please tell me where that store is, because I've been trying to find that store for the longest time. uh, I have Google on my phone, and I also have a Google device up in the kitchen.
Okay.
And I've been trying to add apps, like friends that make apps, like Golzulu. He has an app on there, and I cannot figure out how to add the app. So, yeah, which, I mean, if you think about it, how can Google, when they have a store, not know how to
I gotcha.
get their Google Actions stuff out there? Unless it is in the Google. You have a iPhone, right?
I have both.
Oh, you have
I
both?
flip back and all the time. I keep flipping back and forth. I'm never
Well,
happy. I'm
I
always
do
riding
not
that middle ground.
see actions, be like, hey, this is the actions area. So I don't see that, but yeah,
So
I have
I will
no
bring up
idea
real
where
quick.
that is.
I'll bring up Curious Orbit says, I think you need your own audience and marketing sites. Those lead to the Alexa skill store. Gotcha.
Yes, I agree with you there. And that's actually what I've been trying to do myself with Cards of Wonder, and my newest one, Space Marauders, is I got a new websites for them, and I have the Cards of Wonder to a website that you can launch directly from there, so it has the quick links. So.
Well, so Curious Orbit is reading my mind right now. So I was thinking of, because he's saying that there's just too much noise, and he's absolutely right. And the fact that so Apple and Google, I know Apple a little bit more than Google, curate their app store. Like, you need to meet specific criteria. Things need to work. They need to meet design guidelines. They need to really check all the boxes.
Yeah.
Google, I know when the Play Store was first out, the big joke was, well, all the gag apps, the soundboard apps. You open the app and it's got all the Family Guy sounds on it, or Looney Tunes, whatever, pick your character, cartoon, whatever. Those just slammed the store. I mean, you could make, because Google was coming out at the time and said, hey, we've got more apps than the App Store, the Apple one. Yeah, but when you really broke it down to the categories, what was useful? 20%, and the rest was just gags and jokes and fart apps and everything else.
I think there was still useful stuff, but it was just saturated.
Absolutely. Yes, because those were so easy to create and everything. And maybe I'm wrong, but part of me feels like we're coming out of the tail end of that with the skill store from Amazon. I think you have so many redundant copycat skills in there. I have a fact skill. I think it's okay. It's not, but it's okay. And
it's pretty good.
But there are so many other fact skills as well.
Yeah.
And the thing is, do you need a fact skill that's going to tell you, or maybe a trivia skill that's going to tell you what's the state capitals, when you can just ask Alexa what's the capital of Tennessee or what's the capital of whatever. Mm-hmm. So that's, but if you look at the store, that's what you see when you search for trivia skills. You know, I'd like a Ninja Turtles trivia skill, right? I want to know all about Michelangelo, Leonardo, Donatello, Raphael. I want all of them, right? I need to make that skill. I don't know if that's in there. It might be, but
no,
I have to go through it's not. You've looked? Okay. So I have to go through all of these other trivia skills or other, what I'm going to call gag skills, to get through there. So I think that kind of ties into what Curious Orbit says, with there's just too much noise. It's hard for the end user to find my skill,
yes,
unless they just drill down and perfectly search for it. That's just my thoughts, comments. And then Oxygen Box, if you want to pop that up there, perfect.
Yes.
This is exactly what my facts on cat skill was about. Okay,
yes.
So I've insulted. Did I just insult Oxygen Box?
No, he was stating in his facts on cat facts skills, he has, if you open it up,
okay,
it will give you a fact on how many cat facts skills are out there.
Okay,
and
I see.
Like what the different types of cat facts skills.
Gotcha.
So it is pretty unique. But yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah. So I mean, that's just my thoughts. I think, like I said, I think we're coming out of the tail end of it, because it almost was, to me, and it, again, you have more of the developer experience, but 240.
Dang.
So, Will, you have more of the experience in this area with all of your skills, but and you've been in the game longer. Have you seen what I'm talking about, or do you think maybe I'm off base a little bit, that I just
you're right
been in
on
there
point.
as much? Okay.
Do you think
we're coming out?
The thing is, people make the fact skill or the trivia skill to get used to making something for Alexa, which is great. And this is exactly what brought me to Alexa, is that they had these things that helped you develop a skill, and they're helping you all through the way until you get into more complicated. Then you really have to find out things on your own. But yeah. So that is why those are there. But
gotcha.
I don't think we need 240 cat skills
just because
actually in the store. Or have Marvel fact skills that doesn't say unofficial Marvel facts. Like my first skill was unofficial Marvel facts, first Marvel fact skill to be in the store. And I had to have unofficial in front of it. But now you don't have to have an unofficial, and you can be in the market in the store. So that makes no sense to me.
I agree with you, and you see it all the time.
Yeah,
I mean, even things like Disney ones.
Mm-hmm.
You think Disney would have to crack down on that super hard, or whatever? But which I guess that kind of brings me to my last point before we jump into the next piece here. Is so Apple curates theirs. You don't see that issue with Apple, because Apple controls everything. There's the big joke about the Apple walled garden. You can do whatever you want as long as you're within their guidelines and whatnot.
Yeah.
Does Amazon need to move that route a little bit?
I mean, we have a design guide. Why
yes,
not
we do.
more enforce it?
Yeah. That's just it. I mean, I know resources, time, money, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, I mean, if you're going to put these rules out there, like you said, make the rules the same for everyone. And I think then you would kind of lose some of that.
Yes.
And keeping with the auto theme, before we jump into that next point here, keeping with the auto theme is if you search for automotive skills, you'll get Goodyear or Firestone, whatever, but it's for every single city. I mean, there's got to be 6 pages of just click next, 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 and they all have the same icon. They all have the same content, except the title is just a touch different based on the city that those skills relate to. Can we fix something like that?
Yeah.
I mean, that's where I think all this fluff comes into play. And, if you've got a skill that would help out a dealership or something like that, how's somebody going to find it?
Yeah, exactly.
But I can feel my blood pressure rising a little bit, and I think it's going to get worse as we jump into this next little piece.
Yeah, I think we need to move on to the next topic.
Yeah, we could keep moving. So we'll keep this one pretty quick, but we would love to have a conversation on this on Twitter or wherever we can.
Exactly.
So what can Amazon do to help developers? We're going to keep this brief, but we could expand upon it in the future for sure. So my first thing is, should they help developers? Absolutely. I mean, that's my thoughts are they've put this platform out there. They've spent the time, the money, and the resources to give us these tools to create. I think they need to go a little bit further and help us out a little bit more. Thoughts?
Equality.
Okay.
So indie developers are equal to the big game designers that have over probably close to $1 million in funding.
Yeah.
We can't compete with them. Just I don't care about the quality. I'm talking about I should get the same hype as this game designer, as so we should be equal on the hypeness and
as far as
the word
exposure?
Exposure.
Okay. Gotcha.
And actually helping me out if I have a question, which they do once in a while, but they sometimes dance around your question. I don't know if anyone else, Oxygen Box, please back me up on this, but they dance around your question and then just give you a little seed.
Yes.
I don't think they do that with a big game designer. They'll be like, "Oh, this is exactly what you need to know. Go here, help, you probably read this line of code or whatever. I don't know what they'll do, but I'm sure they definitely do a lot more for the bigger companies, and they need to have it.
Yeah. Well, that's just it. You go to the apps or the skill store, and it's right now. You get that new Disney movie, Enchanto, something. I should know that better, but you get this Encanto. You get this big studio, thing, and then what's the next one? Nickelodeon. What's the next one? Walmart or whatever. Where's the indie spotlight section? Do you know what I mean? These small teams or these you and I's, you know?
Yeah.
Where's Cards? I mean, where's Cards of Wonder? Has Cards of Wonder ever been on the homepage? Not to my knowledge.
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
that would have been awesome.
No, I'll give them credit. Again, I'm going to ride that middle line very quickly because I know we're pushing time. But they give decent tools. I think their documentation is really, really good. It's some of the best that I've come across. But I think they could give us a little bit more help. And even, I think we'll save this for another talk or another episode. But just resources. You know, give us free, you know, buckets or something, or like something extra. I mean, I can't throw tons and tons of money into my development. I can't. You know, I'm not getting those returns out of it, and I don't think I'm going to. For me, it's building for the love of building, or building because I want something. So that's my thoughts. But
and I'll just touch on that point, and we'll end it there. But the old school, I actually reached out to a bunch of people on Twitter about who was around 5 years ago, so they know what and how developing for Alexa was like, how cool it was, how you got different stuff. I got this Echo for developing.
Yeah,
I mean, they gave away so much stuff, and they were so good to us. And then they give credits to use on S3 and Dynamo and all that kind of stuff, and that was almost completely taken away. And I've went on a rant around December about this. Most people know about it, and they just can't. They can and they will do what they want, but they shouldn't just keep on giving you stuff along the way and then just take it away and like, oh, your skill doesn't make anything or doesn't do anything for us. And why is that my fault? No. I have a skill that is award-winning, and so it's not my fault that more people don't have access to it. It is the skill store.
Right.
So, all right.
I'm curious. That's good. So, like Curious Orbit says, they don't need to anymore. There are a ton of developers building on the platform now, and I think he's absolutely right. That was the goal, to get people in the door, get them going, and get them into it. I mean, I don't have all the answers on this. I'm just going on my slight rant on how I'd like to improve things, or things could be better for, maybe the little guy or whatever.
Yes.
But why don't we'll leave it there. Maybe we'll touch on it in a future episode, or we could always have a conversation, like I said, on Twitter. But do you want to wrap it up with our Bean of the Week?
I'm just going to throw these links in it, and I'm going to say a quick tidbit about our bean taste test. We're not going to have time to actually do the bean taste test, but like I said, I'll just throw these these ones in the chat. So this one is Autobot. It helps you find car wash, air pressure check, and roadside assistance near you. So that's pretty cool. Next one is a charging station locator, which Kevin, you said that you don't have a lot near you. I do.
No.
I have quite a bit near me. I think electric vehicles are more popular in my area, but
until you get to the bigger city, but that's it. But we
Gotcha.
also had Gas Buddy, and that gets you the most current information on fuel prices, the most accurate ratings for convenience store coffee, and clean bathrooms. So could be a
Which is
useful skill on the road.
outstanding. These skills you can use with Alexa Auto. So
Yep.
right in your car, if you have an Alexa
Perfect.
Auto, that is. But that is those items.
Mhm. Yep.
And sorry we didn't get a chance to actually show them to you, but
Yeah, that's my
our
fault. I get
meaningful
long-winded.
conversation was still great. Last but not least, Bean of the Week. Bean of the Week.
Yep.
You
Bean of the
want
week.
to start off yours?
Yeah, I'm gonna. Yes, please. So this is the Blink Mini. Let me see if I can get it for everybody here. So this is the Blink Mini, and it's just a small indoor camera that ties perfectly into Alexa. I mean, it's Alexa certified. It has motion detection, sound, two-way audio is what I mean by that. So I can fire it up. I can plug it in, let's say, as even a baby monitor type of thing. And then it ties right into my show device. So I can say, show me my kiddo's room, and it'll just fire up, and then I could talk or what have you. It's got the motion detection and a little bit of night vision as well. And it's all HD. Quality is super, super good. I've got a couple of these. I'm trying to figure out another place that I can throw another one just because I like them so much. But this is the Blink Mini.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's cheap. It does the job, but it is definitely indoor. I wouldn't use this one outside.
No.
So.
No. I have one of those as well.
Okay.
We have it on our fish tank.
Okay. Awesome. That's a good
Because
idea.
we had a cleaner fish or Placlosomus or whatever you call it that wouldn't come out of this house. So I put the camera on there to see if we could see them come out. But
okay.
It didn't actually work. So, I tried. So mine
but you had something as well.
Yeah, I did. I didn't have to go very far to think about it because I have a Luna controller. So when Luna came out last year, 2021, the release of all the Echo devices and Luna also was one of the things that was released. I did not actually subscribe to Luna very long, but this controller is just amazing. I love this controller. It's one of my favorite controllers. I also have a Xbox controller. It's a little not branded Xbox controller, but this one, the grips are just so amazing. It fits in your hand so nicely. It's not too large. Some of the Xbox controllers can be too large. These triggers are a nice height off the controller. I think the joysticks, that is the only thing I can complain about, is that my thumb sometimes slips off of it. It just has a little indent in them.
They're kind of cratered?
Yeah, cratered, exactly.
Okay.
But my finger, when you get your hands sweaty, they sometimes slip off. But
so you're playing high intensity games, getting that palm sweat going.
Oh yeah.
I see. How is the game selection?
Well, you can use this on anything.
Okay. I see.
So I actually just plug it in, but it is Bluetooth, so you can you can use it. You don't have to use it with Luna, and I don't use it with Luna. I use this to play Forza.
There you go.
And also like any fighting game, Mortal Kombat 11. Yeah, tons of games I play on the controller.
Awesome.
Yeah,
I
highly
may have
recommend
to pick
it.
that up.
If it's on sale, I would definitely jump on it because it's pretty cheap. It's like around $50, maybe $60, depends on the time. But I mean, most controllers are around there. I mean, PS5 controllers are around $70. So which they're a little bit primo than this, but this doesn't have haptic feedback or anything. So it does have it doesn't have haptic feedback in the triggers. It does have feedback in the controller, meaning like it shakes and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
But
you might see one sitting on the shelf here for too long. I might be sold on one.
Nice.
So cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
I recommend it.
Nice. Did you have anything else you wanted to jump into?
No, I'm good. I'm spent, man.
Okay.
How about you?
No worries. I think I'm good. I'm just gonna plug my social one more time. It's at KJEVANS2787. Feel free to have a conversation on Twitter, or I'm always looking for new and exciting voice stories, the latest and greatest skills. Feel free to send them my way. I'm always up for that.
And as always, please leave comments below if you're watching this later on YouTube, on any of the YouTube channels. We're on a couple. Also, if you are not following Voice Spark on Twitch, that is Voice Spark on Twitch. I don't have their link. Please do. They need more followers. I'm going to get the link here pretty quick.
They're a fantastic group. Definitely knowledgeable.
I am a part of them as well, but still, if you're not watching on my channel, hopefully you can be watching on their channel. So please check them out, give them a follow on Twitch. And yeah, I think that's about it. Yeah. Subscribe.
Sounds good.
Do all those things.
Yep. Yeah, we definitely appreciate it. It's
also yeah. Well, one last thing. I swear it's the last thing. On Anchor or Spotify, please subscribe on there. If you are listening to us later on, please subscribe to there. We would greatly appreciate it.
Yeah.
And
like in the car.
Yeah, exactly. In the car.
But yeah, we appreciate everybody stopping by, and we'll see you next week. Same time.
See you next week, everyone. Bye.
Take care, everybody.